Leader of the ND Opposition, followed by the Honourable Strathmore Brooks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Since this spring, this government has resisted all of the NDP caucus's efforts to have the Children's Advocate fully and transparently and independently investigate every child fatality. Now they're refusing internal comprehensive investigations, and they've lost a respected public official as a result. So I'm asking the minister to ignore her rather insipid talking points and actually answer the question: what is your government afraid of?
Honourable Minister of Human Services.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And again, the good work that the Office of the Youth and Child Advocate does, as the Oversight Committee and the Quality Assurance Council, it's important to note all the resources we have at base to support children and families and to make those investigations. And I am more than happy to repeat that.
No.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given that the Advocate has identified that the government's so-called accepted recommendations have actually been frequently and regularly ignored by this government, my question to the minister is simply this: when will you actually start implementing the recommendations of the Children's Advocate that he says you are habitually and repeatedly ignoring?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to give one really good example of a recommendation that was made that we are implementing. The Child Intervention Practice Framework that all social workers and individuals on the front line do, which is working with continuous improvement, strength-based connections, family preservation, collaboration, critical thinking, and case analysis skills. That's an example of a recommendation that is ongoing that we have certainly accepted.
Final supplemental.
Well, given that the minister can only refer to one accepted recommendation out of the dozens and dozens and dozens that the Children's Advocate is concerned about, and given that the Advocate only investigates about a third of deaths at this point, and so that means that the majority of the 18 deaths which have occurred so far this year will go unexplained, to the minister, how can Albertans ever believe that your government cares about protecting kids over protecting itself?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as I've said before, the safety and well-being of children remains a priority for this government, and especially children who pass away under tragic circumstances. I know the meetings that I've had with all of the individuals. We review every incident. We have an internal process that we put in place. And again, the recommendations that we have accepted, of the 96, 55 are completed, 12 are ongoing, 25 are in progress. We have not only not accepted the 4. I encourage the honourable member to take a look at the website on human services.